Hello, we're in a new video. Today we're going to take a look at a very cool team with two Firebirds here, having the Charizard with a Blast Bird and also the Talonflame with a Brave Bird here, giving us some nuking potential as we have the OleSkaaren in the lead. This is one of the teams that I showcased in my top teams videos for this cup. If you haven't taken a look at this video yet, there is going to be a link for that, or like in general it's linked in the end card of this video. Otherwise just check out my channel. But those teams, as far as I tried out already, like 3 of them, they all were crazy. I'm very close to the legend rank now already, which is I think the earliest time I'm close to that. Usually I'm taking at least like 1 more week to get it. Usually I get it in the first week of the second month, but yeah, actually last season I got it, I think, in the 3rd week of the second month. I took like a long time for it, but this team is amazing. This team works out really well, and especially with the upcoming yeah, I don't know, like upcoming wave of Ninetales here, it's kind of crazy because like I saw so many Ninetales and I have 2 fire Pokemon, which is really nice for it. One thing that I kind of want to tell you about it, which is something that I realized while playing this team, is if you can, don't use Shadow Charizard, use the normal Charizard. Why? I feel like the shadow damage doesn't help you at all. I'm pretty sure that you can win the 2-shit scenario against the Giratina with this Pokemon if you don't have the shadow version. And if you have a normal version, in my opinion, it's better. In my opinion, it's better than the shadow version for the Charizard here. So definitely recommend you to try and take a look if you have the normal version available. I think in this case, just in this case particular, like I think it's better. Usually I like the shadow version way more because if you have some energy lead, you're going to have more pressure with your charge moves. You're going to be able to get, yeah, the what's called, like, the shields more easy, and also you're going to do more damage in general. I like dealing more damage, but for this specific reason here, I feel like that this Pokemon is not ideal in the shadow form for this meta. Yeah, I think I misplayed this a little bit. I tried to go for the wrong, like for the other move, for Flame Charge. I don't know how much damage I would do with a Brave Bird here. And I misplay a lot here because this is now horrible because my opponent got way more moves off than I thought they would. One Brave Bird actually does knock them out already, so like I don't know why I went for so many fast moves before. And I can go for one cross chop with my obstacle now, but I'm not sure if this is going to be enough, and it is not, but I can barely farm them down. They were just at the move. I made this way closer than I needed to, but it's fine. Next opponent, horrible lead here. We're going to face Charm Ninetales in the lead. We can swap into our Charizard, and here's like the thing which I feel like a normal version would be better. Yes, you pressure them a little bit more in the beginning with your charge moves. You're going to pressure them for this next shield here as well, but I feel like a lot of times you're going to have to throw a ton of them anyway, and like at the end of the day, the fast move damage you deal already, I think, going to make the biggest impact. Here I'm actually going to shield up twice because I hope that I can realign my Pokemon, which turns out I think I'm wrong with that assumption here, as we will be able to get the shield, but I won't be able to get to the next move, and I think I would have got to this move if I had the non-shadow version, but maybe this matchup is also not as great as a non-shadow version, but I actually thought it would have been a better matchup for me. Yeah, what I'm going to do now is, because I know I'm going to get realigned against the Charm user anyway, what I'm just taking here is I'm just taking some energy, and I can snipe maybe a Pokemon later with one of my charge moves. I will be able to knock them out. We see the Ninetales coming in, and we see a double coming in now as well. Always be a little bit more careful when you throw your charge moves against the double. I always go for like 1 move and then go for my Flame Charge. This basically puts me at 5 turns in the battle and the opponent at 6 turns, so they don't get extra energy. And this is important because, look at this, I can still go for another one and knock them straight out of here as well, as we see the Ninetales coming in, going to get hit by this Flame Charge, going to completely get melted here. And even though we lost the lead, lost Say-Swap, we're still going to be able to sweep endgame with our Talonflame. Really underrated. I see way more Charizard than Talonflame, and Talonflame is still so good. Next opponent has basically the same thing going on here. We will find another Giratina against us. We do more pressuring here with our charge move, but it's still kind of awkward. We can go ahead and go for another Dragon Claw here. Maybe they're going to let this move go through as well because I survive it. They actually do that, which is fine for me, as I will be able to shield up the next move from the opponent. Going to be okay, Dragon Claw, going to be fine, I can farm them all the way down. But now we are 2 shields down against the opponent. We see a Snorlax coming in, I expect them to go ahead and shield at least 1 move here, because Blast Burn are always going to nuke them all. But I'm going to go for 2 baits here, which allows me to get A, the shield, and B, some damage against the opponent, which is pretty important, as I can go ahead and go into my Obstagoon. This will be, of course, my main matchup here. They can still, of course, go for the superpower. And I make a stupid mistake here. I just swap because I assume that my opponent going to swap out as well. And now my Talonflame is stuck in a matchup I don't want to be stuck in. So I have to go for 1 charge move. I will actually get the shield from them for that, for whatever reason. And now the opponent is debuffed by 1 stage and I'm buffed by 1 stage, which will allow me to hopefully knock them out here. I will not, because I swap out before, but I can go for 1 flame charge here, which is going to hurt them a lot, but I think I should have actually went for my Brave Bird instead. I am still not in range. Oh no, I'm actually in range where they can farm me down, but it doesn't matter, as our Talonflame, as our Obstagoon will farm down the opponent. Very good lead for me. We see a Magneton here again. I saw a ton of Magneton for whatever reason. Definitely a cool Pokemon though. What I usually do against the Giratinas, I try to get some damage on them and then swap out later on, but in this case, I'm actually going to stay in for a little bit so they can throw their charge moves. I don't really want to take the Ancient Power on my Charizard, to be fair. Like double super effective moves, not really my vibe, as we will see the Dragon Claw coming through here from the opponent. I hope that they throw again, and they do throw again. I think I swap out now. I hopefully swap out now, because I still kind of need to keep this Pokemon alive. No, I'm not going to swap out. What am I doing here? I have no idea. This is not ideal, but this was also like last night at like 3 AM or whatever when I played those battles. We see the Magneton coming in here again, which will be able to win CMP against me, which is not ideal. Discharge coming through, I can go for the bait. Do they know that I bait here? That's the question. We will see the Dragon Claw coming through. They're going to no shield, which is horrible, as I can go for 1 Blast Burn, which hopefully gets at least knockout here, but no, they're going to shield this one now, and now I'm in a really bad spot, because they still have to throw here, but like, what am I supposed to do against the opponent's Magneton? Can go into my Obstagoon, they're gonna go into their 90th. This looks more promising now. I can go ahead and go for 1 Flame Charge. The Flame Charge will do some nice damage against the opponent, and it does not knock them out. They can go for 1 move, but as long as I keep my shield alive for the discharge from the Magneton, I should be fine. Because what's the worst thing that they can do? They can throw their charge move against me, and I can still align later on my counter user against them, but this is already enough to knock them out, so this is going to be a good game. Next opponent, we see a Skarmory in the lead. This was actually the first battle that I ever played with this team, so yeah, sorry if I misplay here some stuff. This was like late at night and this was the first battle that I played. Again, everything is randomized, I just remember that this was the first battle. And yeah, we will see here the Charizard coming through, going to be a Meteor Beam coming through, as well as we see the Blast Burn coming through there, but actually I lag here, which is really horrible. So actually I think I would have been able to win this game there, because I would have got to the Blast Burn for sure, but I lagged for like 2 turns or something, and I lagged in general, I think, multiple times in this. Here also you see just the opponent disappearing there. There was no animation in between. I think my internet just died or something the entire time, and I'm pretty sure I had a way better matchup against the opponent here if just my internet was working, but sadly it didn't. And so we're going to have a very tough time here. I can go for 1 Flame Charge against them, but I think that's going to be not something that I can still win. But again, like, I think I had like 2 legs there that really hurt me, not getting the Blast Burn off against the Charizard there, and just standing still and getting 2 Powder Snows against me was not ideal. And this will be something that you're going to see later in the video as well, which I'll put at the end. There was like the worst battle that I had as well, was just decided by lag again, which is this I think was on my side, but like I have this recently a lot where just my internet just dies, so I don't know. Something that's definitely not beneficial when you try to climb some ranks right now. But again, you see also my elo here all the time. It's like close to 2900 right now, which is pretty damn nice. Not a lot of people have hit legend yet actually, like only a few hit legend, like maybe, I don't know. No, I don't think even 100 people hit legend, I think. But we don't know, because we don't have leaderboards. We will see the Night Slash coming through here. We will be able to get them very low, but I definitely would have been able to win this game if I just didn't, or like if the game just didn't lag on me. Next opponent, we will see an Obstagoon lead. Usually what you're going to do here is you try to catch the move. A little bit awkward if the opponent has a Pelipper as you say swap instead of like anything else basically, but it's actually not the worst, because they're going to let the move go through here. It's actually where the Shadow bonus really helps you, but it's not really the matchup that you really think about, I think, when you build a team. Pelipper going to take more damage from my Dragon Claw plus my wing attack. You see like the health declining from this Pelipper boy. Can go for another charge move afterwards, and this will allow me to hopefully knock them out. Let's see. Charge move coming through, going to knock them out, and I can realign, which is cool. We see the Charizard coming in from the opponent. I can go for one charge move here. Going to be, of course, the Dragon Claw. Going to get them actually already pretty low. Trying to catch the move there. Try to go for the Night Slash as well for my own side. As now I'm going to actually try to go for the cross chop there instead, because I thought they would swap out, but they don't swap out yet. They swap out now. Perfect swapping from the opponent, allowing me to getting sniped there from this cross chop. Very smart play by them, and now it's a little bit tricky. I have to go for one flame charge here. I have to try to get some extra energy as well, and I have to try to catch the move from the opponent onto my own Charizard in order to win this game, because otherwise it's going to be tough. I will be able to farm them down, which is good. They can still go for one charge move, which is kind of awkward, but I should be okay here. This still does knock me out. I can swap out here. Can we catch the move? We cannot, but what we can do, we can go for a Dragon Claw. I didn't know that I would get there in time. Like, neither my opponent did think I would get there in time, so we will be able to take this win there. But this was a weird ending that I didn't really anticipate it. Next opponent, I think I played bad against them. We see another Charizard coming in against us. Actually, which I didn't know in this matchup, if you let a Blast Burn go through from the opponent here, you're dead. Like, the Charizard cannot do anything anymore. Same with like a normal Charizard matchup against Charizard. Don't let the Blast Burn go through, shield the first move, even though you're gonna go shields down. It's way more important to align your Pokemon correctly. You're going to see this in the final battle as well, which I put there because of reasons. Definitely try to shield the Blast Burns if you can. We see the Dragon Claw coming through here, as we can go ahead and hopefully knock something out or get the shield back that we just have as a disadvantage. We see the opponent coming in here with one Sand Slash, fine for me. And what I actually should do here is I shouldn't have swapped out there. I should have went into my Obstagoon, because, or like just let them farm me down, go into my Obstagoon, because like this, I'm kind of stuck here, and I thought I would get to the move in time before they can get, but they cannot, like they can still get to the Ice Punch in time. So I can only overfarm by one turn. This is only okay for me if they have something weak to Flame Charge in the back, and they do have something weak against Flame Charge in the back, so I am lucky that they have two Ice-type Pokemon here. I'm actually going to go for Brave Bird because it does more damage and we can nuke them away pretty easily there, but if I didn't have like the Ice-type in the back, there was a little bit in a difficult position there. We see a Giratina in the lead here. This is okay. We can go ahead and go for some Night Slashes. We will be having a very neutral matchup here. You think you lose it as the Obstagoon unless you're gonna get the boost, but I actually don't really know if I really need to win this game here anyway, like this game, but this matchup here anyway. I can just soften up the opponent so my Talonflame can sweep later on. This is one of the best Talonflame answers, of course. Sadly, they can get to a move in time, but what is really cool here is, like, they have no chance of realigning afterwards. Like, they have, of course, now a switch advantage, which is cool for them, but as long as this thing goes to sleep here, which they're going to go to sleep soon with that thing here as well, just from ring attack soon, I guess, I'm fine. And they're gonna go into a Charizard. I can go for one Blast Burn and see how much damage this does against the normal Charizard. Gonna do a ton of damage, honestly, as I can still go for the Dragon Claw, but they actually seem to have like a hundo or something, because I have really horrible IVs, kinda-ish. Like 4 attack is pretty high attack, and they still win the CMP tie against me, which is crazy. I try to catch the move here onto our Obstagoon. They're actually gonna go for the Dragon Claw for whatever reason, and we will see that we can farm them all the way down. We have a ton of energy here. Can we actually still win this game? This is the question. We see another Obstagoon coming in. I don't get my move off. That's really horrible. And still, I should be fine though. The Giratina is basically at 0 HP or something, like they're super low. I will be able to win this match up here, unless they boost, and I can just forfeit now. Like, there's nothing I can do anymore. I will have survived those moves with a boost here against Rise to the Occasion, by the way. It's this battle against. This is where I learned, like, this is in general a thing that you see in my battles as well. A lot of stuff that I do, you could also do better if you know the team a little bit more. I didn't know that a Blast Burn here would do that much damage, that they have basically more health than I do. They are now able to realign whenever they want to. I will be able to get to a shield advantage against them, but like it doesn't really help me if the opponent's Pokemon there in the lead is something that's super good against my Pokemon in the back there, which is the case in this case, yeah. So I am kind of screwed, like I'm really screwed here. Very well played by the opponent here, by Rise to the Occasion. Definitely something that I didn't really want to see. I have some energy stored now. I can go into my Obstagoon and we see a Giratina coming in. This is actually a good matchup for me. And I think I'm actually going to be able to win this game here. I get the boost immediately. This makes this matchup so nice and my internet dies. And this is how this game ends because they were able to farm me down. That's going to be it for the video as well. I would have won this final game against Rest to the occasion 100%, I think, at this point because of the boost. But yeah, this is how it ends here. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I think this team is very achievable. I wouldn't go for the shadow version for the Charizard, but yeah, that's going to be it. Thanks for watching. See you next one. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.